Some time ago, I went to my container here to put my old paper in for recycling, and I found a book inside, or several books from a time long ago, a notebook. And it was really interesting because it was from a class from the 1980s, and I am a kid that was grown up in the 1980s, not directly this place, but not far away. And yeah, it remembered me on my own youth. So it was really interesting because back then Germany was still divided, and I lived in the eastern part of Germany. So GDR, that in the 1989 and 1990, that was reunited. And in this time, we had something I was looking at, and I have to, I thought of, I have to make a little video of this, because I think that we are the last generation that even know about it. So it's about this here. This is Emmy. Emmy is a symbol of SERO. SERO was the VEB Sekundarrohstoffauffassung. That meant that you have that most of the items were recycled. In the GDR, we had not much resources, own resources, so a lot of resources had to be bought from foreign countries, and the my own country, the GDR, did not have so much money, foreign money, to buy resources from all over the world. So what they did was they forced the people and the kids to collect bottles, to collect paper, to collect old fabric and even plastics, because we had not so much plastic used in our daily life as it is today. And so they even collected that time bottles where your dishwasher was inside, for example. There were not many plastic bottles for daily use. So, and I remember that we, with our class in the 1980s, with the teacher, and we all went with a little wagon, and we went to the people and asked them for their paper and for their bottles, and collected them. And I know that in my school, in the downstairs, they had a room where they collected the paper and the cardboard, and it was collected by a truck came then and put all in when this room was full. And the people were paid per kilogram or per bottle. And you even had some places where you could go to, and we had our class money. That's why we went to the people and ring their bell and asked them for a paper. The people even had known this, because we were, as pupils, as schoolers, we were collecting this, and we were bringing it to it was like a shop where they bought this and the old bottles, and gave us back a deposit that was spent in earlier. This is really funny because this started in the 1950s in GDR. In the western part, long way after the reunion in the early 2000s, they invented something similar in Germany, where you today you bring your bottles that has a deposit on it, and these reusable bottles and material has to be brought back to the shops, and you get the deposit back later on. But in GDR, they were even much more ecological in this point, because of the lack of own resources, own states' resources. So I know the system from long way before the reunion of Germany was. GDR was a communistic state, and there was not everything bad, and it was in some ways much more ecological than it's even today. We had not so much plastics, and this was really a good thing for the environment. And this is what I remembered when I saw this in this book. And this little book is about what these schoolers, the pupils, wrote in what happened to them in their class when they did their normal school and these besides school activities. And in 1985, this was it's really interesting because it was a time when I did the same things, a little bit far away from the place where this was written, and they said that they did such a collection of reusable items, glass bottles, paper, cardboard, whatever, with the whole school. So all were sent out, all this, the classes were sent out and had to collect paper and whatever from the people. And what came together when they collected this? They collected on this 22nd of May 1985, they collected with the whole school, they collected 200 kilograms of paper and cardboard, 1,800 bottles and glasses, and 50 kilograms of old textiles for being recycled. Yeah, a little bit a story about another time, another state, but the same place. And yeah, a little bit of use, remembering of things that happened to me too, although this book is not for me. So yeah, hope you learned something new today, and maybe look for the other stories we have here. Goodbye.